Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your girl Imani Christine back again with another video. Today I am going to talk about the top 10 things that I think that you need to know before you come to Korea. Now, it doesn't matter if you're coming here to work, to travel, or to teach. I think these tips are going to save you a lot of confusion, the top 10 things you need to know about Korea. Let's get into the video. This video is going to be about the top 10 things you need to know before you come to Korea. I'm so weird. Alright, I'm gonna make this video even more specific. Let me back up, I'm a little close to the camera. I'm gonna make this video even more specific by narrowing it down, not just to things you need to know before coming to Korea, but things you need to know before coming to Seoul, because that's where I live and I feel like it's unfair for me to talk about the whole country when I don't know what it's like to live in the whole country. Yeah, fair enough. Got my cell phone for notes, so let's get into it. There are so many people in this country. Now, I know you can go online and do a quick search and see how many billions of people are in this tiny country. But let me tell you, the vast majority of those people are right here in Seoul. So if you think, hey, I'm going to, look at my map and see how much time it takes to get from point A to point B, you need to also consider, is it rush hour? Are you taking a bus or a taxi or a car? And chances are, if it's rush hour, no matter what form of transportation you're taking, give yourself extra time because of so many people in the city, it's going to take you a while to navigate traffic. There have even been times on the metro where I'm on time for my train, but I can't get on the train because there are so many people already on it. So just know before you come to Korea that there are a lot of people, and the fact that there are so many people all trying to travel and go the same places means that you need to give yourself extra time to travel and get around. I mean, I don't know where you're from, but I'm a public transportation girl. I don't even have my driver's license, so I'm used to wherever I travel, hopping on the bus, hopping on the metro, hopping in a taxi, and getting to where I need to be. But in Seoul, it's a whole new world. A whole new world. I'm not gonna say it.
Why?
I got on the train one day. I made my train on time to get to my class, and there were so many people already on the train that people from my stop couldn't even get on. And the people that were already on were like, hands up, back, like I'm just being so extra, but they were like on top of each other on the metro, like they were packed in there to capacity, like boobies to boobies, butts to butts, thighs to thighs. Like, you better be lucky this is a semi-trustworthy place because there's not really much pickpocketing stuff going on the trains, at least that I've seen. So that's the one benefit. But girl, boy, who's ever watching, you better know before you come here that you're gonna deal with some crowds, for sure. Yeah, so thing number 2 that you need to know before coming to Korea, which is sort of related to thing number 1, and that is that there's a good chance, a huge possibility, that it is probable that while you are in Seoul, you're going to be pushed. You're going to be shoved. People are going to move your body without your permission. Now, something that you have to keep in mind, though, is that these people moving you and pushing you and shoving you are not doing so because they hate you, because they want to be rude to you, because you're a foreigner. They're doing that to you because there's just too many people to be so overly sensitive and aware of the people around you. Now, I'm not going to say that this is something that I enjoy or something that I agree with, but I think the reality is when you are in the middle of a train that is crowded and you need to get off at your stop and there's 50 people between you and the door and you're only 3 feet away, you're gonna push, you're gonna shove, and you're gonna get yourself off that train. And even, just having been here for 6 months now, I feel like I'm starting to pick up on that a bit. If someone pushes me or shoves me, no one will ever say excuse me to you, so don't expect that to begin with. But very important to know, because if you come here and you think that they have the same mentality that people in the US have, in terms of like, if you push someone, you say excuse me, and they don't say excuse me, bruh, you're gonna be ready to fight somebody up in here. So know before you come to expect that people may push you, shove you, you know, here and there as you're moving about, but it's nothing personal towards you, and it's not because you're a foreigner, because they push and shove each other as well. So you just gotta get to where you gotta get to, and you can't be so stressed about all the people.
Let me get some of those, man. Hey, come on, man! Trust me!
Yeah, does that make sense? If that doesn't make sense, leave a comment down below, but I feel like that makes sense. Alright, so the third thing that you need to know before you come to Korea is how to say please and thank you in Korean. I think someone else might tell you to learn Korean before you come to Korea. But I'm not going to be a hypocrite, okay? I didn't learn Korean before I came to Korea, and I'm struggling to learn Korean while I'm here, if we're being honest. So for me, I get by just on please and thank you. I suggest you look up for yourself how to say please and thank you in Korean. I will put up on the screen somewhere. 감사합니다, 안녕하세요. My pronunciation is trash.
Trash!
And I think if you come here and you try at least to use whatever small words that you can, people will appreciate the effort that you're putting in. And that's the same for anywhere in the world you are, I suppose. If you're trying to speak the language, then people will respect you for that. Alright guys, so the fourth thing that you need to know before you come to Korea is not to flush your toilet paper, TP, booty wipe paper, whatever you want to call it, in the toilet.
Bitch, you so nasty.
I know you're thinking, what? I don't flush toilet paper in the toilet? No, you don't. I mean, in some places you do here, but I think it's always best to err on the side of caution, especially if you go into a bathroom and you see a trash can clearly next to the toilet. That trash can isn't there for tampons and pads. That trash can is there for toilet paper as well, because the plumbing here in a lot of buildings is not very good. It's old, it's not prepared, it can't handle toilet paper. So just know, especially if you're going to nightclubs, different small cafes, restaurants, things like that, 9 times out of 10 there's going to be a trash can there for you to put your toilet paper in. Fifth thing that you need to know before coming to Korea is that you should not, under any circumstance, don't do it, sit in the reserved seats on the metro. So when you get on the metro, often on the far corners, there are 6 seats, 3 on each side, reserved specifically for the elderly, the handicapped, and the pregnant. Anyone can stand in between those reserved seats, but if you sit in those seats, you will look like a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Don't sit in those seats, alright? Stand in the aisles where the normal seats are, and when someone gets up, then you can have a seat. But unless it's like an emergency, there is no reason why you should be sitting in those seats unless you fall into the category of handicapped, elderly, or pregnant. Easy enough? Easy enough. So tip number six for things you should know before you come to Korea. This one's kind of like a fun one. If you're out at night and you go to a bar, most times you're gonna get a wristband or a stamp. When you get that wristband or that stamp, that doesn't mean that you have to stay in that place all night long. Because you have that wristband, because you have that stamp, in most cases you're free to go as you please. Occasionally, if it's getting late, or you know, maybe business is being weird or something, they might tell you on your way out, like, hey, if you go, you can't come back, but you know, whatever. But most of the time, you can keep going in and out as you please, which is awesome, because that means if you're on a budget, you don't have to spend all your money on drinks in the club. You can run out to the convenience store, have a drink on the street because it's legal, and then go back to the club and have a good time. So, pro tip number 6. Okay, tip number 7 is that when you go to a Korean spa or a Jinjobang, and if you are coming to Korea, I highly recommend that you have that experience. know before you get in the water that you have to take a shower. You have to take a shower, especially if you're a foreigner. People are going to be checking to make sure that you took a shower before you got in their bath. And also, no funny business. Know that while you are there, if you're going into the baths, there is absolutely no clothing allowed. You cannot wear your bathing suit. You cannot wear your panty. You cannot wear a sock. You cannot wear anything. So shower, take off your clothes, and take your little nudie butt in there. I'd also recommend that you put your hair up, tie it up, get it out of your neck, so that while you're in the water, your hair isn't shedding into the bath. Yep. So that's tip number 7. Tip number 8 for things that I think you should know before coming to Korea is that you probably shouldn't trust restaurant menus. If you are on any sort of strict diet, if you have allergies, if you are a vegetarian, if you are a vegan, don't take restaurant menus for face value. Just because it says vegetable fried rice doesn't mean it doesn't have pork in it. Just because it says vegetable pizza doesn't mean it doesn't have bacon bits on top. If the menu says vegetable rice, it just means there's vegetables in it. It doesn't mean there's only vegetables in it. So be very careful when you're ordering out. Alright y'all, we're almost there. So tip number 9 for things you need to know before you come to Korea. I would say that there are a few apps that you need to download that will help your time here be a bit more successful. The first app is going to be Google/Naver Translate app for obvious reasons. The second app is going to be Citymapper to help you get around the city. And I also love Citymapper app because you can use it in any city in the world really, or at least any city that I've been to. I've always been able to just change the setting and it gives me all the options, whether it be walking, biking, metro, bus, taxi, whatever, on how to get from point A to point B. Even if you don't know your location, Citymapper does and will find you and tell you how to get to where you're going. So it's a wonderful app to have. And the final app that you need to have while you're in Korea is the taxi app. And I'll put a logo or an image up here so you can know exactly what that taxi app looks like. But the taxi app was just updated recently to be available in English. So it's really, really awesome, really convenient. Before your taxi driver even arrives, you can put your destination in on the app, and so when they come to pick you up, they'll know exactly where to take you, and you won't have to worry so much about that language barrier. One thing I do have to add, however, about this taxi app, even though it is in English, I'm pretty sure you still have to be able to insert the address in Hangul or in Korean. So make sure you have a Korean keyboard on your phone. It's easy just to go to your settings and make it available. And if you have an address, just copy and paste it into the taxi app and you're good to go. Alright, so that is tip number 9. We're almost there! Tip number 10 for things you need to know before you come to Korea. And that is if you like cute things, pretty things, fun things, adorable things.
Oh my god, it's so cute! So cute! So cute.
The most like, wow, oh my gosh, who thought that? Who thought of that? Things. If you like things that you need, but you didn't know you need until you saw it, then you're gonna love Korea. So make sure you leave extra room in your suitcase or plan to mail things home, because there is an abundance of shopping to be done here, and I don't want you to miss out on any of it. Alright? And so I am so happy we are finally through those 10 things I think you need to know before you come to Korea. I hope these were helpful in any way, shape, or form. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share this video with anyone that you think could benefit from these 10 tips. And with that being said, I have one more tip. And this is the bonus tip. Tip number 11. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? The bonus tip. When you're in Korea, have so much fun. Like, have an abundance of fun. Like, have so much fun that you've never had in your life. Like, do different things, try different things, meet different people. And when you post them on Instagram, tag me so I can see your adventure. Alright guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!